Hey, sis, what's up? So, are you going to take me along on that long-awaited honeymoon? Of course, it's going to be all expenses paid. That would include travel, accommodations, and let's not forget souvenirs. Oh, that part is what I'm super excited about. Oh boy, I can't wait. Oh, you really lucked out, sis. Got yourself a filthy rich dude. Thanks, sis. This is going to be a blast.
Ugh, what the hell are you blabbering on and on about, Cindy? Sheesh. Didn't I tell you the thing had been postponed? Barry's grandfather died recently. I thought I told you.
But the wedding went without a hitch.
Like I said, he died right afterwards. I explained this all to everyone at dinner last week. You were there, right?
Oh, come on, sis. The guy was just an old geezer. No need for you to cancel the honeymoon. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Who cancels that? The whole thing sounds so hokey. To be honest, I can't believe it.
Barry's grandfather practically raised him. His parents were both working and hardly ever home, so he was like his dad. It's like he lost his dad. It was devastating to him. We couldn't very well just off and go on our honeymoon so soon after Grandpa died. It just didn't seem like the decent thing to do.
I really don't get it, to be honest.
And what's more, a honeymoon is a special occasion. Something that married couples do. I can't understand why you would even ask to come along.
Oh, yeah, well, you really don't have to call it a honeymoon. Just a family trip. Then it's okay, right? If you guys are paying, I mean, I don't care if it's a honeymoon or a family trip or whatever. As long as you foot the bill, I'm game.
You never change, do you, Cindy? If it's free, you want it. You're an adult now. Grow up, would you? You're a disgrace. You're marrying pretty soon yourself, right, Cindy? Like next month.
Huh? But Barry's rich. You have money, you use it. What's wrong with that?
What's this abnormal obsession with money, for God's sake?
Buy me dinner, and I'll tell you.
You're beyond hope. If you want to go on a trip, save some money and go by yourself. We're not taking you on any honeymoon.
Huh? Oh, come on, sis.
That's that. You're not welcome. End of story. Okay, I'm busy. See you.
Hey, sis, what's up? Man, the weather over here is super nice. But it looks like it may rain a bit by the time you guys get here. Yeah, getting a bit cloudy. Better hurry.
Huh? Is that you, Cindy? What do you want?
Like I keep telling you, I'm joining you on your honeymoon.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, joining you, but I came ahead. I'm busy shopping, so hurry up before I buy too much.
Cindy, didn't you hear what I was saying last month? The honeymoon has been canceled and we have no plans as of yet to go. Barry's busy with work now and we have to schedule it another time.
Yeah, I know. But I bet you didn't know. I saw you over at Mom's place yesterday. Saw that you took home that travel bag, the one you always take on trips. Yeah, so I know you were just putting me on. The honeymoon was not canceled after all. Got you, sis. I knew you had scheduled the trip from today. And if I said I was coming along, you would, of course, not agree to that. So I took matters into my own hands and came straight here beforehand. Didn't think that far, did you, sis? So, what time do you guys plan on getting here? It's getting kind of late. You're already on the plane, right? Oh, or are you already in the taxi headed to the hotel?
No. That travel bag is for the trip to Grandpa's place. Have to work out all the estate stuff with his lawyer. The meeting is scheduled for 2 or 3 days. You know, with all of Barry's relatives living in various places, Aunt Marge is even coming in from London. It'll be good to meet all of Barry's relatives. In Florida.
Huh? Florida? You're not serious.
Yeah, I am actually. As a matter of fact, we just arrived.
Florida is like nowhere near Niagara Falls. That was where you booked your honeymoon, right?
Yeah, that's right, but we canceled all that last month. No cancellation charges or anything. No problem there.
Huh? You're kidding me, right? You don't mean the hotel too, do you?
Of course, we canceled last month.
What? You're not serious. What am I going to do?
I have no idea. Besides, what concern is it of yours? What do you have to do with our honeymoon?
I said I was going on the honeymoon, remember? I said I was going ahead of you. I was going to stay in the same room as you guys. Just trying to be considerate and save money.
Excuse me? I was looking forward to staying in the suite room.
Well, I mean, they told me that even if you guys showed up, there was plenty of room for like 4 people.
I'm speechless. Listen up, Cindy. Even if we were there, we would never, and I mean, we would never let you stay in the same hotel room on our honeymoon. Are you nuts? Besides, the honeymoon was canceled. How could they let you stay there? We canceled that.
Are you serious? Okay, if that's how you want to play it, I'm going to use my last remaining option.
Option? What option are you talking about, Cindy?
The option to make you see the light. My last resort.
Sorry, I have no idea what you're getting at.
I'm currently at an expensive restaurant. The course is $500 per person. I'm here with a friend. I'm going to use your credit card to charge for the both of us. Total $1,000.
Huh? Why do you have my credit card? Oh, you're not talking about the one I lost yesterday, are you? Was that you? Did you take that, Cindy?
Surprise! When you came over and picked up that travel bag, when you were busy digging it out of the garage, I swiped it out of your purse. Oopsie. See ya! Thanks for dinner! Pick up, would you? I'm at the checkout counter. The credit card is no good. It's getting rejected. What's going on?
I tried to tell you earlier. Obvious, isn't it? I canceled that card as soon as I found out it was gone. I thought I dropped it somewhere. Can't have some jerk using it.
Why would you go and do that? You mean, the card's no good?
Yes, as soon as I saw it was missing, I contacted their emergency line and canceled it.
Tell me you're joking, Brenda.
The normal thing to do is cancel it right away.
You can't be serious. I was supposed to pay this full course meal. $1,000! How could you do this? I I had to go to the bank and withdraw money and pay the restaurant. Ugh, this is all your fault, Brenda. I can't afford to pay $1,000. I needed the money.
Hey, Cindy. I was thinking, I couldn't help but notice.
What? What is it?
Are you on this trip with someone?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You mentioned that you were having dinner with someone. $500 times 2, you know? Who are you with? You mentioned the hotel suite too. 4 of us? Is someone you're traveling with footing the bill?
Yeah, my boyfriend. You know, the guy I've been seeing for some time now. My boyfriend? The guy I'm gonna marry? What about him?
That seems kind of strange.
What do you mean strange? What's so strange about that? That's what normal, soon-to-be married people do, right?
No, it's not that. Your boyfriend, at least the guy I know, Randy, if I recall, he said he had to work despite it being a holiday today. Weird that he would be there with you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When we went to the airport to hop on the plane for Florida, we met Randy at the airport lounge. Yeah, he was in his business suit, looked kinda a little unhappy about having to go on that business trip. Guess it was important.
Really? Yeah. How nice.
Who are you on this trip with, Cindy?
I was, you know.
You're kidding me, right? Your wedding is planned for next month and you're on a trip with some guy? Really?
No, you got this all wrong. I said boyfriend, but I really meant just a friend. Just a misuse of the word. Nothing serious. Like, girlfriend or school friend. You know what I mean. Just a good friend that happens to be a guy.
So you have a fiancé, marriage is set for next month, and you go on a trip with a friend? That happens to be a guy, and you happen to stay in the same hotel room.
Right. You know what? Stuff like this is normal in this day and age. You're getting old, sis.
No, not normal, Cindy. Downright abnormal. Oh, yeah. You said you were gonna tag along with your boyfriend on our honeymoon and stay in the same hotel suite? That was your plan, right? Did you even stop to think that we would see this guy and... Do I really have to explain this to you? Geesh, Cindy.
I figured after you guys fell asleep, I would sneak him in and, in the morning I would just shoo him out before you guys woke up. Figured it would work fine. You'd never find our...
You really think that would have worked? Did you really want to go that far just to get a free trip? I just can't understand what's going on in that little head of yours.
Brenda? Sis? Could you keep this quiet? I mean, from Randy.
You really think I'm gonna go along with your little love charade? Of course I'm telling him.
Please! I beg you. You know Randy? He works at a major corporation, and that corporation is owned by his dad, and he's slated to take over when he retires. I finally found a super promising guy. Don't go screwing it up for me, Brenda!
A little too late for that, Cindy. Barry is calling him right now.
Excuse me? No way. You're kidding, right?
Yep, looks like he's explaining the situation to him right before my eyes. Hold it a sec. Seems like we didn't have to tell him anything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it seems your little escapade with your so-called boyfriend, he already knows. Yeah, he knows who this guy is. This guy you're having an affair with.
You're joking. I know when you're pulling my leg, Brenda.
Oh, yeah, when we met up with Randy at the airport, he wasn't going to work. He was actually headed to where you are, with a private investigator. He plans to confront you guys in the act. You see him around anywhere?
Confront us? What do you mean, confront us?
He's on the phone with Barry now. He says he spotted you guys. Nice little coffee shop.
Randy terminated our engagement. He wants compensation for screwing up our engagement. Ugh, help me out, Brenda. I don't have that kind of money. He also wants me to pay for the wedding, which was canceled. It's only a month away, so they want the whole enchilada. Can you believe it? Oh, I can't believe it. I mean, a month before should have at least been like, what, 50%? But everything? Ugh, come on. It's all your fault, Brenda. It's because you didn't take us on the trip. You had to cancel your honeymoon. So, pay up. Get Barry to pay. Ugh, he's rolling in the bucks anyway. Come on. Just this once, please. Oh, your little sister is in trouble here. Oh, help me out for God's sake. Oh, Mom and Dad won't lift a finger. In fact, they kicked me out of the house. Oh, now I have to find an apartment. That's right. This is your fault, sis. Find me a place to stay. I prefer that tower apartment downtown. Ooh, yeah, now I could live there. Ooh, I'll find a new guy. Oh yeah, top floor if you can.
Cindy?
You and Barry are going to put me up in a nice condo in the city. Ah, this is going to be great. Okay, waiting for your call. Remember, top floor.
You have gone totally bonkers. Cindy, high-rise condo apartment in your dreams.
Huh? Come on, sis. Brenda. Barry's rich. You guys can afford this? Your poor little sister is in trouble here. Help me out, Brenda. Please. Come on, sis. Just this one last time.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to block you, Cindy. See ya.
Why? Why would you block your only sister? Oh, come on, Brenda. Give me a break.
Cindy's opportunistic ways, this habit of leeching off others, I think it comes from my grandmother who partially raised her. She really took Cindy under her wing when she was growing up. She taught her to take advantage of everyone around, whether it be money or some advantage she should gain. I guess it really had an effect on her. Once she found out she couldn't get any money out of me or my folks, she went to her boyfriend. But this guy, a real piece of work himself, apparently had a fiancé himself. He immediately dropped her and bailed out. Too bad. Seems like they were made for each other. She soon found out nobody wanted anything to do with her. But she wasn't about to give up. She schemed to get some rich guy that she could leech off. But although she did find a fairly rich guy, he turned out to be married, and in the end had to pay compensation to the wife for causing a rift in their marriage. Up to her ears in debt, all she was left with was to use her body to make ends meet.
Hey, Shiloh. It's been such a long time. How have you been, sweetie? Is little Tommy okay? Huh? Is this Allison? Bryce from kindergarten's mom, right? Hey, long time no see. It must have been, what, over 10 months since our kids left kindergarten? Feels like forever.
I know, right? Time sure does fly, huh? Anyway, did you see all the snow?
The snow? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I did hear something about some snow. Is there a lot?
Now that you mention it, what the hell? There's tons of the stuff.
Sorry, I only heard about it through a friend, so I can't exactly say I've seen it.
Come on, Shiloh. You're not some hermit shut-in who lives under a rock, are you?
Well, I'm not, but I do work remotely, which means I probably spend a lot more time at home than the average person. Actually, I always have to remind myself how important it is to go outside every now and then for the sake of my health. Fresh air is essential.
Exactly. Especially for children. They're creatures of the outdoors. You really should be careful not to keep that little Tommy indoors too much. He's small enough as it is without having a vitamin D deficiency to deal with, too.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, let's get down to business. Today's the first major snowfall we've had around here in years. It's been falling non-stop, and it's piling up like you wouldn't believe. Which is why we're having a snowball fight tomorrow morning.
Oh, really? That sounds like a blast.
Right? We'll be borrowing your backyard for the venue.
Huh? Excuse me? My backyard.
Yes, it's so big that you even have a doggy play area and some soccer goals for the kids. Isn't that right? We could probably throw snowballs all day with a small army of us and still never run out of ammo.
Maybe so, back when we actually lived there. But we moved out a while ago.
Oh, you did? Oh, well, it's not like that really matters.
Of course it matters. How could it not matter when it's not my house anymore? You have to get permission from the new owner first.
The new owner? Fine, go ahead and let your husband know then.
What? What does my husband have to do with anything? He doesn't live there anymore either. You need permission from the actual owner.
Enough of this. I have more important things to attend to. But I just want to say a big thanks, Shiloh. We're all so excited for tomorrow. Toodles!
No, Allison, wait. What the heck? Are you serious? You still seem to think we live there despite me having told you we don't. Are you gonna show up at my old house in the morning? We moved a few months back when my daughter graduated kindergarten, which means it doesn't belong to us anymore. It has a new owner, and you can't just invite yourself into their yard for a snowball fight. You can ask for mine and my husband's permission till the cows come home, but since we no longer have anything to do with the place, you're wasting your time. Please at least make sure you knock on their door first and see how they feel about this. You aren't even reading my messages. Anyway, asking me for permission to use a yard that no longer belongs to me is meaningless. Please read these messages before you go and do something you regret. Hey sis, good evening. Sorry to message you so late. Are you free right now? Hey Shiloh, sure, what's up? Sorry to be a burden, but I was wondering if you wouldn't mind checking something for me. I need confirmation on something. Confirmation? What is it? It's about mine and Stewie's old house. Do you know whether there's someone new living there yet? You mean like, did someone else move in? I'm not really sure. I don't tend to go to that part of town anymore, so it's hard to say. I've probably been there twice at most since you moved out all those months back, and I'm sorry to say, but I wasn't really paying attention to your old house. Okay, that's fair enough. Anyway, what's all this about? Did you leave something behind? No, it's not that. Here's the thing. The mom of one of the boys from Tommy's class back in kindergarten has taken it upon herself to arrange a snowball fight in the yard of my old house under the assumption that it still belongs to me. What? People actually do that kind of thing? She's absolutely convinced that we still live there. I tried my best to explain that we don't, but she stopped responding to my messages, and I'm concerned she's gonna get herself and her whole family in trouble. Oh dear. Her name's Allison, and her son's called Bryce. He was friends with my Tommy in kindergarten. She always had a reputation for being a bit of a trouble causer back then. I did my best not to let myself get too involved with her at the time, and ironically, we didn't have any problems back when our kids actually played together most days. Who would have thought she'd be causing me this much hassle 10 months down the line after moving house? My husband just got back from work. He passes through that area most days on his ways to the office, so maybe he'll know something we don't. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go ask him. Okay, thanks. Hey, sorry I kept you waiting. So what did he say? As far as he can tell, the house is still empty. So no one else moved in yet then? He said he can't say for definite, but he says it always seems to be locked. The curtains are always closed, and he doesn't get the feeling people are living there. I see. But in that case, I wonder if that means it's being managed by the real estate agent. Besides, the fence is pretty high, so I doubt anyone could get in without going to some serious effort. Yeah, I think you're right on both points. How about getting in touch with the real estate agent just in case? Good idea. I'll give them a call as soon as they open tomorrow morning. Thanks, sis. I'm really sorry to message you this late. I know you have to be up early for work. Don't be silly. I'm happy to help, Shiloh. Hopefully we can prevent this crazy Allison woman from doing anything illegal. Speak later. See ya, sis. Thanks a bunch. Sweet dreams.
Shiloh, answer your phone! Would you mind explaining what on earth is going on here? Some strange family I've never seen before came out of nowhere and started yelling at us. They asked us what we were doing in their yard and threatened to call the police.
Good morning, Allison. It would appear you're in quite the mess, huh?
You don't say, Captain Obvious. What's going on? Explain now.
How many times did I tell you that it was no good getting permission from me because it's not my house anymore?
I don't know anything about that. It's the first I've heard of it. Who were those people? Oh my God, the police are here. They actually called them.
For the time being, I think it's probably best you focus on the predicament you're in. Good luck.
Wait, Shiloh? Please tell me why this is happening. Shiloh! How could you do this to me? Why didn't you tell me you'd moved out? You knew me and my family planned on showing up at your old house for a snowball fight, and you just let me! Shiloh! I'm talking to you! Woman! Answer me!
Hi again, Allison. I just got off the phone with the real estate agent. They told me everything. About how you showed up first thing in the morning with your own ladder and climbed over the tall fence very clearly designed to keep out intruders, before undoing the locks from the inside and letting in, as you put it before, a small army of your friends and family. Next, as if running around tossing snowballs at each other on someone else's property wasn't enough, you decided to light a bonfire on their lawn and roast marshmallows for everyone while you were at it. Then, the family scheduled to move in today arrived amidst the chaos. They were so horrified when they saw a gang of complete strangers running around like lunatics in their new yard that they reported you to the police. You know what you did is called, don't you, Allison? Trespassing.
Like I already told you, I had no idea. It's your fault for not telling me in the first place. How was I supposed to know? Do you think I'm psychic?
You don't need to be able to bend spoons with your mind to read my messages. I told you enough times.
No, you did not!
Why don't you try looking through our chat history then? Scroll through yesterday's messages and you'll see it's all there. I didn't just tell you once either.
Oh my god, I didn't see that yesterday! I stopped reading them before you told me the important bits! Why didn't you mention it earlier? What you did was as good as not telling me!
Don't be so ridiculous. What else could I do? Do you have no concept of personal responsibility? You illegally entered someone's property after I told you very clearly you'd be doing just that. Then you stopped reading my messages, which would have prevented you from being arrested today because you had, quote, more important things to attend to.
Enough of your harping on! Do something! Get me out of this mess! I don't want to get arrested!
Do something? What could I possibly do for you?
My husband just told me he's divorcing me!
Wow, that escalated quickly.
He threatened to divorce me just last month if I ever did anything to cause him trouble again!
Wow, last month? Really? So you knew you were on thin ice and you did this anyway? You were so committed to your illegal snowball fight that you were willing to throw away your marriage over it? I hope the marshmallows were tasty at least.
I never knew this would happen! I just thought it would be a fun day for the kids!
I actually thought you'd take responsibility when you read my messages and realized what you'd done. How foolish of me. It would appear you're delusional beyond help.
How horrible!
Isn't this the natural conclusion of you completely disregarding my warnings? How am I horrible? I tried to prevent this.
I'm begging you! Please convince my husband!
Convince him of what?
Tell him I have permission to use the yard, please!
For the 7 millionth time. Me and my family moved out of that house months ago, which means asking us for permission to use the yard is meaningless.
Why?
Because it belongs to the family who just called the police on you.
Please just do something. This isn't a joke. I could be in serious trouble here.
Clean up the mess you made yourself. You thought you'd spend today roasting marshmallows, but it turns out the only one getting roasted is you.
Ah!
To give a brief summary on what happened to Allison after the whole trespassing incident, compensation for the total wrecking of that poor family's new yard, among other things, was settled out of court with Allison's husband, who very kindly agreed to lend his wife the money. However, he was absolutely furious, and he'd already filed for a divorce before the day was up. Citing her dangerous antisocial behavior, the judge deemed Allison to be unfit to have custody of their son, and so Bryce went to live with her husband. Afterwards, she did try moving back in with her parents, but apparently they'd already received word of what happened through several relatives, also furious, who she took along that day, completely unaware that they were breaking the law. As a result, no one in her family, parents, siblings, even distant relatives, wanted anything further to do with her. Naturally, in her mind, I was the one responsible for all of this. And I got several threatening messages demanding I pay her compensation to make up for it. Isn't the block feature just the best? Last I heard, she's currently working like a dog to keep up with the compensation she owes for wrecking the yard and the child support she owes her ex-husband. Can you imagine a bigger nuisance than her? It's hard to believe she's actually a real person. I learn something new about the world every day.